The founding motto of One Buddhism is about how to live in a material world. Together, with this great opening of matter, let there be a great opening of spirit. Now close your eyes. Can you say again? Ready? Opening of matter, let there be a great opening. What does that mean? 물질이, yeah, that's what it means. 물질이 개벽되니 정신을 개벽하자. Go ahead. Much easier, isn't it? Shorter. So this original motto can be translated as, with this great opening of materialism, let us cultivate a great opening of spirituality. More understandable? Or it can be translated, with the great opening of the material world, let there be a great opening of mind, heart, and spirit. Clearer? Even clearer, yes. Sotaesan, our founding teacher, said to his disciples, we should be able to control the myriad things we have created in order to establish a benevolent world.
However, our priorities are confused with materialism glazed over humanity and spirituality.
You think so? Yes. He said to his first 9 disciples in 1919 like this, these days there is no peace of mind because material civilization has immense power and the human spirit is weakened. So we should pray. Human beings may become masters of material things instead of being controlled by them. It's interesting, he guided his first 9 disciples, the specific content, what they should pray. Again, the founding motive of One Buddhism, with this great opening of materialism, let us cultivate a great opening of spirituality. So what are the key words here? Yes, what are the key words? Yeah, great opening. What is great opening? In Korean, 개벽. 개벽. Can you repeat that 3 times? 개벽, 개벽, 개벽. That's what I do for my 14 years old twin nieces when they try to learn new English word. Repeat 3 times. So, great opening in Korean? 개벽. Wow, good job. 개벽 appeared in the book of Changes, I Ching, ancient Confucius book in China. The symbolic meaning of 개벽 is heaven's first opening and earth first forming, like the creation of the universe, Big Bang. That's the original ancient meaning of 개벽, great opening. Great opening, 개벽, can also mean a dramatic change within a person, such as transformation in one's physical condition or a sudden spiritual awakening. 개벽 can also refer to a transformation in society. This philosophical movement arose in Korea during the political and societal chaos at the end of the Joseon dynasty and during Japanese occupation in Korea. During the political and societal chaos at the end of Joseon dynasty in Korea, spiritual leaders in Korea such as Choi Jae-woo, Kim Hang, Kang Il-sun, and Sotaesan revived 개벽. They proclaimed that new age and more civilized world is equality, equanimity, rationality, and justice was coming. Sotaesan included the 개벽 ideal in the founding motto of One Buddhism. These religious and philosophical movements in Korea gave people hope during the chaotic transitional time they were living in. Reverend Jinja said in a talk 2 weeks ago, great opening means opening from the inside and opening from the outside. Do you remember? Yes. She said great opening is a key expression in Won Buddhism's founding motto and is its unique mission. Great opening means fully open. When it is open, there is no boundary that divides inner and outer. Our founding motto urges us to awaken our minds and spirit to manage unprecedented, is it correct? Unprecedented and sometimes uncontrollable material and technological advancements. The founding motive of Won Buddhism, if you look at our Dharma book, very first page, can you open a very first page? Opening passage of scripture is the founding motive of the teaching, founding motive of Won Buddhism. So here is the summary of this first paragraph. And in this one simple paragraph, it shows why was Won Buddhism founded and what is Won Buddhism's mission. So let's take a look at, in this paragraph, he predicted and diagnosed.
Today, 1920s, 2020, 2120, our material development and scientific advancement has outpaced the human spirit.
So he said today, when he said today, that was 1920s, 100 years ago. But when you translate, today means also now, 2020. And it can be 100 years later, 2120, or a few hundred years later. That's what it means today. So he diagnosed and also predicted our material development and scientific advancement has outpaced the human spirit. The power of the material has grown stronger, thus conquering the weakened spirit of humankind. Have you ever felt you are conquered by material power? Wow, thank you for being so honest. He used strong words again. Humans, therefore, can be enslaved by material things. Sometimes it's hard for us to admit that we are enslaved by the material things. Humans become enslaved by material things. What does that mean? We are enslaved by something such as our six senses, forms and concepts. By what we see, we like to see something pretty nice, pleasant. What we smell, we like to smell something pleasant. You don't like a stinky smell, right? But at least once a day, we have to smell something stinky. We don't have a choice. But we try everything, getting perfume and a nice spray, because we're always trying to have a nice smell, right? And also, it can be really controlled by what we hear or we listen to. I remember when I was in high school, after studying hard in dormitory school, during the weekend, I kind of strolled in the street in nearby little town, and then I saw a very interesting shop, musical instrument shop. It's called Slaves of Music. And I thought that's very interesting because I remember how much my mood can be changed by fast, happy music. I feel like dancing. Very slow music, I feel like more calm, meditative. The music can really change our mood, happy, cheerful, or melancholy. So I really felt, oh, that's very true in a way. We can be enslaved by music. So we can be easily controlled by what we hear from others, music or environment. And what we taste, which we want to eat good food, right? We always do our best, trying to taste something good. And what we touch, what we think. So our six senses can be a driver of taking us here, there, here, and there. We can be controlled and enslaved by our six senses, our physical form, physical world, even from our concept and thoughts. Also, we are entranced by the material world. We are addicted to material things such as media, conveniences, cell phones, and the internet. True?
Yes.
I noticed I feel frustrated when our temple internet is getting so slow. How do we know if we are addicted? How do we know? Self-diagnose here. Give up your material conveniences for a few hours or few days and see how you feel. Do you feel agitated, bored, or disconnected? Do you? If so, this could be symptoms that the material girl is addicted to the material world. What were the times like when Sotaesan introduced the founding motto? Electricity was just coming to Korea thanks to Thomas Edison. Trains powered by steam engines were introduced. See, train in Korea towards the end of Joseon Dynasty. And thanks to first industrial revolution, bing, ding, 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 with the steam engine, was the transition to new manufacturing processes in Europe and the United States. Industrial revolution. First, second, third, fourth industrial revolution. We are living on this age. First, steam-based machines, 18th century. Second, electrical energy-based mass production, 19th, 20th century. Third, industrial revolution, computer and internet-based knowledge. And now, fourth industrial revolution, what is that? Artificial intelligence, information technology. Technological advances. Together, internet, computer, smartphone, electricity, conductor chips, the elevator, genetic engineering, automobiles, planes, rockets, global positioning system, digital media, nuclear power, electronic funds transfer, organ transplant, robots, and artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence? What is that? The theory and development of computer systems able to perform tasks that previously required human intelligence. Her name is Sophie. She traveled all over, and even Korea, wearing traditional Korean dress. She is quite celebrity. She is the one first who received the world citizenship. And I watched how she answered to all kinds of questions. Very reasonable, good answers. 2011, there was an interesting movie in Korea. And this Robert, Dharma teacher, was an amazing teacher, and there was some controversial issues and debates and confusion. And so this Dharma teacher decided to enter Nirvana. So he sat down and create his own extinction, entered Nirvana, completely extincted his own function. So all the monks are bowing to the honorable Nirvana. AEL, Artificial Intelligence Buddhist priest in Japan.
Wow.
This is a summary from the Times newspaper in Japan. The android canon, based on the Buddhist deity of mercy, preaches sermons at a temple in Kyoto. And its human colleagues predict that with artificial intelligence, it could one day acquire unlimited wisdom. The humanoid, called Minda, that is called Minda, teaches about compassion and of the dangers of desire, anger, and ego. The pious AI teacher delivers sermons from the Heart Sutras in Japanese with translations in English and Chinese projected onto a screen. With the religious influence on daily life flatlining in Japan, Reverend Goto, hopes this robot priest will be able to reach younger generations in a way traditional monks cannot. He said, it might be difficult to relate to a fuddy-duddy priest like me, fuddy-duddy priest like WonGong. But hopefully, the robot is a fun way to bridge the gap. We want people to see the robot and think about the essence of Buddhism. This robot will never die, he said. It will just keep updating itself and evolving. That's the beauty of a robot. It can store knowledge forever and limitlessly. With artificial intelligence, we hope it will grow in wisdom to help people overcome even the most difficult troubles. It is changing Buddhism. How do you feel about that? But you know, in Japan, if you see some animation movies for children, a robot is like a very kind of a close friend. They have some very friendly connection with the robot. And actually, in a different area, even robot can become a little assistant teacher, for schools, even hotel, they become a receptionist. I think these things are happening more faster in Japan than in any other country. Fifth industrial revolution, what is that? It's a super smart society.
The world is currently deep into the fourth industrial revolution. The premise of each revolution has been that it will improve human life. The convergence of technology and humans is barreling into the fifth industrial revolution. In this era, artificial intelligence algorithms and big data are changing the face of blue and white collar jobs so that all people flourish.
So you see first, the second, third, fourth industrial revolution, and the fifth, that is a heart. So it looks like the ideal is we are recovering our humanity by utilizing all this technological material advancement. So there is more truly equal power, equality, equanimity. And I hope that direction unfolds. When Sotae-san created the founding motto, the world was just beginning to develop materially. So this is how it looked in Korea, very underdeveloped country at the time. Can you see that? And then some people who went to Korea, you can see how much it has been changed. Observing the realities of his time and future times, Sotae-san foresaw the emergence of a modern materialism and declared the need to balance the material and spiritual realms. Mission proclaimed by Sotae-san: in order to save ourselves and all sentient beings from drowning in the turbulent sea of the material world, we must expand the spiritual power through two ways. What are those? Through one,
faith in a religion based on truth.
Two,
training in morality based on facts.
Then what does it mean by faith in a religion based on truth?
Ooh.
I will say that, what does that mean? Think about it, guess, wild guess.
In my mind, it's objectively looking at the human condition and the universe and basing our civilization on that rather than something else.
So remember, that time was a really chaotic era in Korea, politically, societally, economically, and then people looking for some kind of a miraculous luck. So there are a lot of superstitious faith. So it was a very timely when he emphasized faith based on truth. What is the faith based on truth? Truth of cause and effect, universal truth. Truth of cause and effect. If WonGong prepares a lot for this talk, then I can deliver better, I can share more, good understanding, insight to you. But if I'm lazy and goof off and not preparing talk at all, then I will confuse you, right? So that's the cause and effect, universal truth. And truth of interconnectedness, because of the truth of cause and effect, cause, condition, effect. Cause, condition, effect, we are all interconnected. Nothing stands alone by itself. That this truth of interconnectedness is explained and explicited through fourfold grace, through the fourfold grace, how we are related, interconnected with our family, friends, and the world. So the summary of the fourfold grace is practicing gratitude. Practicing gratitude. Also, truth of impermanence, because the cause and effect really shows the truth of impermanence. It's like nothing lasts forever. Constant truth of constant changing. So faith on this truth. Faith on this truth. So that's the one way to expand our spiritual power, mental power, and clarity. Another way is training in morality based on fact. What does it mean by training in morality based on fact, Lauren?
I don't know.
Thank you. I don't know. Actually, I feel really a little bit kind of why it translated this way. In Korean, it's a little bit easier and simpler, but it is translated this way. So we got to do our best. Here, training is much easier. Training. Where do you get training? In the army? Training. But another word we use is practice, training ourselves. Morality, what is the morality? Ethical behavior, ethical conduct. We call it mindfulness, right? Also, based on fact. What is fact? Okay, if you say, oh, WonGong is wonderful, is it fact? No. If you say WonGong is horrible, is it fact?
No.
So all those adjectives in front of WonGong, that's not fact. That's very temporary, transient. But without those description and adjective, WonGong as a being, originally WonGong, that's the fact. All the adjective description before you, who you are, or the world, good or bad, right or wrong, wholesome, unwholesome, that's not fact. So what's the real fact? Originally, our mind is free from disturbance, delusion, and wrongdoings. That's the fact. So based on that original nature, true nature, we train ourselves. Threefold training, mind practice. So through this training in morality based on that fact, the fact is described as very fancy words, true voidness and marvelous existence. That's the fancy and very beautiful description of our original nature. Expand our wisdom and spiritual power. Got it? 1920s, the founding master said. Okay. Dave.
As material civilization has developed, the knowledge and skills of scholars, farmers, artisans, and merchants have made great advances. The implements of life have become much fancier, and people's eyes and minds have been seduced by these flashy products.
In contrast, the human spirit, which should be making use of these material things, has become so weak that it cannot help but be enslaved by the material rather than the master of it. This is truly a disturbing situation. That's what he said. Caroline?
No matter how good a material thing, if the mind that makes use of it is not upright, that thing will be misused.
No matter how great the knowledge and the fine the skill of a person, if the mind that makes use of them is not upright, they will be used to harm the public. Anthony.
No matter how good one's surroundings, the mind that makes use of it is not upright. It will be used for transgressive actions.
No matter how dazzling material civilization, whether it makes the world better or worse, depends solely upon how well the Dharma of the mind is applied.
Altogether, if we make use of our minds rightly,
then all civilization will become instrumental in helping to construct a paradise If we do not, then material advancement will instead become like supplying weapons to thieves.
Therefore, you must diligently learn the Dharma of using the mind. Dharma of using the mind. Become the pilot of your own mind. Become the pilot of your own mind, who in thousands of sensory conditions always uses everything wholesomely by considering the benefit to both yourself and the others. Altogether, accordingly, you must exert yourself in both the material and the spiritual in order to construct a truly civilized world by demonstrating to others the method of piloting the mind. The material world. This is where we live. We cannot avoid it, and it is often beneficial. However, as contemporary society becomes increasingly materialistic, technologically advanced, and globally integrated, it is critical to develop our spirituality in equal measure. That's the founding motto of Sotaesan. Together with the great opening of the material world, let there be a great opening of mind, heart, and spirit. Thank you for being on this path together. Blessings to our spiritual power, mind power over material power. Thank you.